Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here's what I eat in a day, on a work day actually. So I like to start each day with a wholesome breakfast. And actually my breakfast is like around, I'll start at 8 o'clock with a glass of water. Then I will start with some tea, but I knew I was gonna make a smoothie bowl. So I'm preparing my blender because I realized I didn't have any more almond milk. And so I'm going to go ahead and make oat milk because it doesn't have to soak like the almonds will. So I'm adding in 3 cups of filtered water and a half a cup of oats. And I'm just blending them. It's very simple to make almond milk actually, or oat milk. All you need is a decent blender to do so. And as you can see in the background, I am getting ready to have my hot tea. Next up, I use a cheesecloth to separate the oats from the oat milk, if you will. Simple process, and that's really seriously how you make oat milk. Very, very easy. Definitely want to do it again. Now it's not sweetened. It's just straight up oat milk. It's not sweetened, so if you want to add sweetener to it, maple syrup or agave nectar, something like that would be wonderful. But I did not. And I have my cute little jug that I put it in, and then I'll clean up later. Got my tea. Add just a wedge of lemon. And oh snap, I don't have the agave nectar, so I have to go get the agave nectar. Squeeze of agave nectar, and I'm ready to get back to work. Now it's time to make my smoothie bowl, and I usually make a large batch of this for myself and my husband. It seems like this makes about enough for 4 people, but I make like 2 really big bowls. Sometimes I make 1 big bowl, and then I'll have the rest split it for dessert. So 2 frozen bananas, about a cup of frozen berries, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of whatever sweetener you're using, and then maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons of whatever nut butter. I prefer almond butter, but I didn't have any, so I had to use my husband's peanut butter. And then I'll just add a splash, maybe a tablespoon or so of that oat milk, or whatever non-dairy milk that you're using. Blending away. So beautiful outside, nice and sunny on this November day. Once I realized that I need to kind of incorporate a little bit more, I gotta get my spatula out and kind of move things around a bit. And then I'll likely have to add a little bit more oat milk or whatever type of non-dairy milk you're using. Until I've reached the thick consistency that I want. Yep, still gotta get in there. It's okay. Get rid of some of that morning aggression, right? I would say the 2 biggest and most important things that I have as I've embraced a vegan diet, oh god, I'm singing, I'm dancing, are my a really good blender and an Instapot. Okay, all done. And I have a few things that I like to top my smoothie bowl with, such as granola, dairy-free, chips, chocolate chips, and nuts. And today I use hemp seeds, because I didn't have any of the nuts that I like. I usually like to put pecans on there, but I didn't have any of those, so I had to deal with what I had to deal with. And then, of course, I have to add a little bit of the berries back to it. Now, this is like when I'm kind of feeling like a cold meal, but sometimes I would also prefer something warm. So if you're wanting something warm, let me know in the comments for breakfast, and I will create another video like this with more of a warm breakfast. All done. Most important meal of the day. But wait a minute. I gotta have a fresh juice with this beautiful fresh smoothie bowl. So let's get to it. Now, when I juice, I usually about 2 or 3 days worth of fruits I chop up and I put them in the refrigerator. So I have pineapples already chopped up. The only thing I'm pulling out is the garlic. I have apples chopped up. I had cucumbers, but I ran out. So I like to juice with a pineapple, an apple, a carrot, ginger, and either a cucumber if I have it. And so I'm going to go grab my carrots right now because I forgot to pull them out because they're not in that little container. So I break them in half and I just juice it. And this is usually just enough for me. Not enough for my husband, but he was physically at work that day, so I didn't have to prepare for him. Okay, now I'm ready for breakfast. Cheers! Lunchtime. So I'm going to be making a buffalo cauliflower rice casserole in my Instant Pot. So I sprayed my Instant Pot with avocado oil. That's a cup of rice. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to put 1.5 cups of liquid. So that's some cauliflower going in there. So that's veggie broth, homemade veggie broth that I made. And that's what I inserted. And I kind of did this a little wonky. That's some chickpeas going in there. And about 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. I did this a little wonky and added a little bit too much liquid. So again, 1.5 cups of liquid. That would include the hot sauce that I'm including. I mean, it still turned out fine. It tasted fine. It just needed to cook a little bit longer. Y'all probably looking like, dang, that's a lot of hot sauce. So you're gonna be mad at this. So that's just buffalo sauce right there. So then I got the Louisiana hot sauce and just added a little bit more because I like the spice. And this is a lazy lunch that I can just make and put it on my Instant Pot and go on about doing the rest of my work for the morning. About 12 minutes on the Instant Pot, and I think I just hit the rice setting. And now when it clicks, I'm walking away. So here's the final product, and I just have a little homemade ranch that I have made with my homemade vegan mayo and a few spices. Definitely comment if you want to know how to make that, and let me know if that's an interesting recipe for you. So if you have it, I definitely recommend something green, like a green onion or something. Then for dinner, I got kind of lazy and I ordered out some pizza from a local pizza place that was vegan. I'd had a vegan week, so I gave it a try. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. See you next time.